You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Despite newly updated mail-in ballot options and fears brought on by the coronavirus, some still took the time today to head to the polls to cast their ballots in this year's pandemic primary. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
Today the polls opened at 7 a.m. for primary elections. The Pennsylvania primary, which was postponed for 5 weeks from its original date of April 28th, will see a massive number of mail-in ballots. The postponement and large amount of mail-in being the result of fears of the coronavirus spread. Here at the Hazel Township Commons, citizens are still able to access the ballot box and cast their vote.
It's going good. A couple glitches early this morning, first thing in the morning with the new processors, everybody getting used to them. Something new. We didn't use the voting machine yet. It's only for handicap for the primary. We haven't used it yet so far today. But everything's going pretty well, and it's a lot easier than the old voting machines so far. It's good. It's going to be smooth. The flow is going to be real good, and we shouldn't have any problems at all. It should be a quick process.
In the local area, the major Republican primary election happening today will decide who challenges Matt Cartwright for the 8th Congressional District. 6 candidates are on the ballot, 5 from Luzerne County and 1 from Lackawanna. For Democrats, the decision of who will run for Auditor General with 6 candidates running, and the 9th Congressional District has 2 candidates facing off.
I've been the judge of elections here in Hazel Township for the past 4 years. I just give them back to the community. I like doing it, seeing the people, and making sure everything runs right.
The process of counting may take time with the overwhelming amount of mail-in ballots, so we'll continue to update you with the results as they come in. Reporting in Hazel Township for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. A large percentage of Luzerne County voters opted for mail-in ballots in light of the pandemic. This is keeping workers at the county's election bureau busy. They received over 35,000 completed county mail-in ballots as of yesterday, which is nearly 70% of its voters that requested them. Polls are open today at 58 locations throughout the county. The number of locations were reduced due to COVID-19 related issues. Voters who did not return their ballots have until 8 p.m. to drop them off on the 2nd floor of the Penn Place building in Wilkes-Barre. The Hennepin County Medical Examiner's Office determined George Floyd's death to be a homicide. The official cause of death was listed as cardiopulmonary arrest complicating law enforcement subdual, restraint, and neck compression. His family had a separate autopsy commissioned that ruled it a homicide as well, concluding Floyd died of asphyxiation due to neck and back compression. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was charged last week with third-degree murder. However, Floyd's family attorney called for Chauvin's charges to be upgraded to first-degree murder. He's also called for the other 3 officers that were involved in Floyd's death to receive charges as well. President Donald Trump announced that he'll be taking immediate presidential action to stop destruction and rioting across the country. He urged governors to utilize the National Guard. Here in PA, Governor Tom Wolf signed a disaster declaration using his authority to provide all necessary assistance to municipalities statewide.
At the request of some municipalities, we activated National Guard members, again, to keep our community safe. And I will continue to work with Mayors Kenny, Peduto, Papenfus, and others around the Commonwealth to make sure that everyone is able to make their voices heard while we're keeping everyone safe.
Wolf visited Philadelphia yesterday to see the destruction firsthand.
So many sad scenes. Food stores that have been gutted, pharmacies that have been gutted, places that cash checks, banks have been gutted. These get to the heart of the day-to-day lives of Philadelphians.
Trump said that state and city leaders must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until violence has been quelled. The nation's capital is currently under a 7 p.m. curfew that's strictly being enforced. State and borough police were investigating reports of numerous robberies in Berwick. Officials say it all started yesterday with an attempted robbery yesterday just before noon at Boyer's IGA. Nearly an hour later, money was stolen during an actual robbery at Rite Aid. It was there that Gilbert Wren was identified through video surveillance in the getaway vehicle. Police also responded to a third incident involving a firearm being brandished, but haven't determined a connection to the robberies at this time. Wren was taken into custody without incident and charged with robbery, possession of instruments of crime, simple assault, and terroristic threats. He sits behind Columbia County prison bars for lack of $250,000 bail. A carjacking in Wilkes-Barre led to a vehicle being located and suspect taken into custody. The victim told police her son and girlfriend used her car to go to the Turkey Hill on Cary Avenue around midnight Sunday. A man wearing a blue bandana over his face allegedly forced the victims out of the car with a gun and proceeded to drive off in it. Police later recovered the vehicle being driven by 19-year-old Rashid Divine Canada. He was charged with receiving stolen property and driving with a suspended license. Canada's out free on $10,000 unsecured bail. Armed security guards patrol the Hazleton Housing Authority's high-rise building common areas, but hope to cease by next week. Tri-State Security Solutions guards were stationed at the 3 high-rise buildings since early to mid-April and will do so until at least June 8th. That's the target date for its employees to report back for some full-time work. Guards ensure masks are worn, that crowds don't congregate in common areas, and that visitor restrictions are followed at the high-rise buildings on West Mine and Juniper Streets. HHA wants to ensure its tenants and visitors, which were limited to essential family members, caretakers, and nurses, follow federal and state virus mitigation efforts. A portion of HHA's federal COVID-19 relief funds will pay for the temporary security measure. Churches in the governor's yellow phases of reopening are now allowed to hold in-person masses. Celebrations of the Eucharist have already begun in Hazleton, and WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has the details.
The faithful in Luzerne County are heading back to houses of worship as they can once again host in-person masses. The Diocese of Scranton released guidelines to make sure that congregations stay safe. Parishioners returned to Mass yesterday at St. Gabriel's Church at Holy Annunciation Parish in Hazleton.
For the last several weeks, we had Masses here on Sundays, and I preached to an empty church, and the Mass was live streamed, so it's great to have people being present in church.
Churchgoers are seeing some changes as the parishes are practicing social distancing, and everyone is required to wear face masks. Even with the restrictions in place, many are thrilled to be able to go back to church.
Never in a million years would I thought they'd ever close a church, never. It's great to have the church open again.
Absolutely, I'm excited to be here, glad to be coming back, glad my parish is one of the first to open.
The buildings are sanitized after every Mass, and the number of parishioners that can attend at one time is limited. People wishing to participate at St. Gabe services this Sunday have to register online to reserve their spot. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Coming up on WYLN News, another potential phone scam, plus hospital funding. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
And I'm 7 years old. Hi, I'm Gavin, and I'm 5 years old. We are here to tell you the weather today. And it's cloudy and rainy, and tomorrow probably will be drizzly.
First, Earl Granville fought and sacrificed for his country. Then he inspired our entire nation.
That video right there, viewed more than 8 million times.
When I lost my leg, the community here in northeastern Pennsylvania was so good to me. And I want to show my gratitude. And that's why I'm running for Congress.
Earl will relentlessly fight to protect our northeastern PA conservative values.
I realize I can't do this alone. I need your help. I'm Earl Granville, and I approve this message.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Starting today, PennDOT will be resuming driver's skills test, including for motorcycles, at their reopened centers. PennDOT customers with pandemic-postponed driver's skills tests will be given priority rescheduling by calling their Driver and Vehicle Services call center at 717-412-5300. All other customers can schedule an appointment in the system starting June 20th. Customers scheduled on or after June 2nd can obtain one at all open driver's license centers that do skills testing. The skills test was modified to mitigate potential exposure of PennDOT staff and customers while maintaining the integrity of the testing process. Details and more can be found online at dmv.pa.gov. The State Department of Health alerts the public of yet another potential phone scam. Participants of Pennsylvania's Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for women, infants, and children should not disclose personal information without verifying the caller's identity. Although WIC clinics perform eligibility determinations, they'd never call to request bank account info to deposit funds directly into their accounts. Participants can contact their local WIC office to make sure an information request is legit. During the pandemic, WIC services are available over the phone or by virtual appointments until counties reopen in the green phase. Be sure to report scams to your local law enforcement or file a consumer complaint with the Attorney General's office. $2.3 million of federal money was given to Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton to help deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. The network as a whole took in more than $84 million from the Federal Provider Relief Fund. The relief fund was set up through the CARES Act and Paycheck Protection Program laws. This allotted $175 billion for hospitals and other healthcare providers nationally that were forced to shut down surgeries and non-emergency treatments to accommodate COVID-19 patients. St. Luke's received $38.6 million, while Geisinger Health Network took in $105.24 million. Coming up on Ringtown's News Choice, we bring back how PSP's been handling the pandemic on this Trooper Talk Tuesday and Community and You. Plus, your Takeout Tuesday winner. So stay with us.
First, Earl Granville fought and sacrificed for his country. Then he inspired our entire nation.
That video right there, viewed more than 8 million times.
When I lost my leg, the community here in northeastern Pennsylvania was so good to me, and I want to show my gratitude, and that's why I'm running for Congress.
Earl will relentlessly fight to protect our northeastern PA conservative values.
I realize I can't do this alone. I need your help. I'm Earl Granville, and I approve this message.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown the Hometown Village Square. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Welcome to Community and You here on Wyln. I'm Julia Wiegand, and it is Trooper Talk Tuesday. And today, we managed to grab Trooper Anthony Petrosky via iPad, keeping that more than 6 feet social distance, if you will, to talk about what you guys have been doing in regards to all of the pandemic panic. So, how has it been for you guys?
Well, obviously, as you could tell by our interview, it's different times right now. This is definitely an adjustment for everybody and also us in the Pennsylvania State Police. So we've been taking every precaution that we can to try to keep ourselves safe so we can protect the citizens of the Commonwealth. Even though we have a pandemic going on right now, we're still conducting our daily mission, and that's protecting everybody in Pennsylvania. So with that being said, we're taking extra precautions. We're using hand sanitizer. We're wearing gloves if we have to handle documents, things like that. We're wearing masks if we have to interact personally with people, because we still have crash investigations. We still have criminal investigations that we have to conduct. So with that being said, we're just trying to be safe so we can carry on our daily mission.
And with those situations, obviously troopers need to be on scene, on hand for the entirety of that situation. What are some of the situations that you guys have been mentioning that you want the public to know that instead of having a trooper on scene, there are more so situations where they can call in?
Yeah, so specific investigations we might handle via phone. Smaller investigations, things like maybe littering, maybe a identity theft, not to diminish this and the victims of those crimes, but if we could gather the information over the phone rather than having that interaction, it's going to keep everybody safe. So we would get certain information over the phone, and they'll still conduct the normal investigation that we would if we had met in person. We're just gaining the information over the phone. But emergency and in progress calls are still handled the same way.
Now, how has the actual station been for you guys? Are you guys keeping your social distance? How does that work for state police and within their barracks?
Yeah, so we definitely have. We have hand sanitizer and protective masks, gloves in every single vehicle. Also in the barracks there, before you come in, we have hand sanitizer. After you use the keypad to come into the barracks, then you have to disinfect your hands. Definitely taking safety precaution. We're trying to maintain that social distancing, clean everything. Our maintenance crew has been doing a great job up here in barracks to disinfect the building, because we always have people in here. We never shut down. Every minute of the day, there's somebody in this building conducting work. So, we're pushing through. We also have companies that would disinfect a vehicle or certain areas of the building if we need to go that route.
And in regards, so you guys are open. You guys are obviously a very essential business, a very life-sustaining business. And
yes,
you do have staff on hand to address the public when they call in. But if someone were to have to, say, physically come into the station, come in over at the state police barracks, how do you guys handle the one-on-one interaction?
Well, as per Governor Wolf, he's recommending everybody in Pennsylvania, if you're out in public, should be wearing some sort of protective mask over your face or scarf, bandana, things like that. We want people to follow their local governments. That's a great recommendation. When we're dealing with the public, we're going to be wearing masks also, just because we need to protect ourselves. So if somebody has to come to the barracks and talk to us, obviously if they're feeling any symptoms, they shouldn't leave their house. If they are sick in any way, they should stay outside of the building, and we could come outside and speak to them. If not, we would, wear a mask and maintain that social distance and handle business.
And hopefully that weather, sustains that hold up so that if you guys do have to discuss outside, there's no issues there. Now, what is like the biggest thing that you really want to resonate with viewers in regards to what you guys are doing, how you guys are putting yourselves on the front lines during this pandemic?
Well, we want people to know that we're still out there, that if there's an emergency, if they need us, we're available. We're always working. We're not going to shut down. But, we are taking those extra precautions to stay safe, and we want everybody else to also. Don't leave your house unless you absolutely have to. And, just kind of hold on for right now so we can get back to some normalcy.
Thank you so much for giving a little, the behind the scenes, the inside on what you guys are doing during this pandemic.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. Everybody stay safe.
Of course. And thank you everybody for watching. Remember, practice social distancing, follow CDC recommendations and guidelines, listen to what the government's saying. This virus is no joke, and the faster we are able to get through this, the faster we'll be back to having some normalcy throughout our days. Thank you for tuning in on this Trooper Talk Tuesday. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
First, Earl Granville fought and sacrificed for his country. Then he inspired our entire nation.
That video right there, viewed more than 8 million times.
When I lost my leg, the community here in northeastern Pennsylvania was so good to me, and I want to show my gratitude, and that's why I'm running for Congress.
Earl will relentlessly fight to protect our northeastern PA conservative values.
I realize I can't do this alone. I need your help. I'm Earl Granville, and I approve this message.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
At 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
WYLN's proud to announce we'll be bringing you Hazleton area's Class of 2020 Graduate Parade live. The broadcast will begin right after the news at 6 p.m. Friday, June 5th. The 2020 class will proceed via their motor vehicles from the Hazleton Area High School and make their way through parts of West Hazleton and Hazel Township. The school district worked with both the City of Hazleton and Borough of West Hazleton to provide this 2020 graduate class tribute. So, tune in this Friday at 6 p.m. to watch these grads celebrate their special milestone right here on WYLN TV. Kalahari Resort is set to open its doors next Friday, June 12th. The resort's said to be using a commitment to clean approach to ensure the safety and well-being of its guests. Hospital-grade disinfectant and sanitizer stations will be used and in place resort-wide. The express checkout process will be automatic for all guests to allow for social distancing and minimal contact, and cash-free payment methods will be available and encouraged. Masks or shields are mandatory for all associates, and protective screens are installed in places like the front desk and retail stores, as well as coffee and snack shops. Details can be found on Kalahari Resort's website. WYLN partnered with Heller's Gas to bring you a weekly online promotion, and we have this week's winner. Takeout Tuesday features 5 local restaurants each week on our Facebook page. All you have to do is like Heller's Gas, WYLN News, and each featured restaurant's Facebook pages to be entered to win. Then, click and share the post. One winner is picked at random every Tuesday to win the featured gift certificate bundle. And it looks like this week's winner is Isis Myers. Be sure to keep tabs on our Facebook page for your chance to be our winner next week. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you'll find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN or who's open for business. Stay with us. Look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.
First, Earl Granville fought and sacrificed for